Hello and welcome to this special episode of JANADESH. Viewers, we all know that the state is going to vote for the Shillong and Tura Lok Sabha seats and the by-election to the Silsala Assembly seat on April 11th. And for the next 30 minutes, we're going to talk about the different shades of electioneering process in Meghalaya, preparedness of the State Election Commission, expectations of the youth, creative initiatives, awareness. These are a few of the issues that we're going to dwell upon. Awareness is the first and foremost tool for any activity to succeed. Similarly, when it comes to the biggest festival of democracy, the parliamentary polls, awareness is of utmost importance and one of the most effective handles to ensure that the celebration of democracy is celebrated in right earnest. Let's take a look at the headlines first as we move on to the bulletin. Welcome to the News Bulletin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that BJP wants to make Arunachal Pradesh and the entire Northeast the gateway of East Asia. Addressing an election rally at Pasighat in the state, Mr. Modi said that for new Arunachal Pradesh, his vision is connectivity, resources and respect. Prime Minister said every house in Arunachal Pradesh has been illuminated with electricity after 70 years of independence. Prime Minister said his government never committed the sin of betraying farmers. Mr. Modi introduced mechanism from seed to market and implemented PM Kisan scheme. Commenting on Congress manifesto, Mr. Modi said it should be called hypocrisy document, not a manifesto. Congress party released its manifesto for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls on Tuesday. The manifesto, titled Hum Nibhayenge, focuses on helping farmers, plan on protecting the environment and passing Women's Reservation Bill, among others. Reacting over promises made in Congress manifesto, the top brass of the Grand Old Party gathered at its headquarters in the national capital for unveiling of its 2019 manifesto. Flanked by leaders such as former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and UPA chairperson and his mother Sonia Gandhi, Congress President Rahul Gandhi stressed the most on the party's minimum income guarantee scheme, NYAY, in the 55-page document titled Hum Nibhayenge, or We Will Fulfill. The Congress is banking hugely upon NYAY in the election as a key promise. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma yesterday said that people in New Delhi were too far away to understand the issues and the problems of the Northeast and urged citizens of the region to stand together for fulfilling their aspirations. Sangma, president of the National People's Party, highlighted how unity among people of the Northeast had helped in foiling the passage of the Citizenship Amendment Bill. Addressing an election rally to drum up support for United Democratic Party candidate Jemino Mautho from Shillong parliamentary constituency, he said that different governments at the centre have come up and with different policies, such as the Look East policy, which later became the Act East policy. But nothing tangible is happening on the ground. Jemino Mautho, meanwhile, speaking at the rally, MDA candidate for the Shillong parliamentary seat, Jemino Mautho refuted the Congress allegation of the futility of electing regional candidates to parliament. Mautho cited an example of former Lok Sabha member Professor G.G. Swell, who won the Shillong parliamentary seat from the All-Party Hill Leaders Conference APHLC ticket, who was instrumental for the creation of the state of Meghalaya and the setting up of the Northeastern Hill University in Shillong. The Indian National Congress today organized a public meeting at Smith seeking support for its candidate Vincent Pala, who will be contesting from the one Shillong parliamentary seat. Leaders of the party from different parts of the state were also present at the meeting. PBM Basayamoit, who had contested against Vincent H. Pala in the last Lok Sabha election, was also present at the meeting to extend his support to Pala while calling upon the sitting MP to focus on the measures to safeguard the indigenous people. While speaking at the meeting, Vincent Pala expressed his desire to work for the people of the state as he had been doing in the past. The Bharatiya Janata Party BJP candidate for Shillong seat, Sanbor Shulai, held an election rally at Yaomusiang in Jowai in the presence of BJP State President Shibun Lingdo, State President BJP Mahila Parishad Amita Susngi, District President BJP Chaprang Lingdo, and other BJP members. Addressing the meeting, Shulai highlighted the issues related to the district and said that if voted to power, he will improve the education and health sectors. According to him, Jaintia Hills in general is left behind in the field of education and health. Criticizing the incumbent Congress MP, Vincent Pala, the BJP nominee said that in the last 10 years, the President MP has done nothing except engaging himself in business for his self-interest. In Meghalaya, the District Election Officer West Garo Hills yesterday convened a meeting with all mobile internet service providers and discussed with them the issue of poor network connectivity ahead of the elections to the Tura Lok Sabha by-election to Salsala Assembly constituency. The District Election Officer, Ram Singh, directed all mobile internet service providers and network operators to ensure uninterrupted services, especially during the election period in the entire Garo Hills, which needs to be intensified from 6th to 12th of this month in order to facilitate the smooth conduct of the general elections and by-election. Well, viewers, that was the news headlines. Well, that was today's headlines. But there is more in this special episode of JANADESH as we bring in the preparation of electioneering machineries that have been conducted so far. Let's go to the Chief Electoral Officer of Meghalaya, F.R. Karkungor, to know more on the ensuing parliamentary polls. Sir, if you could tell us how the state is gearing up for the Lok Sabha poll in 2019.
Okay, so as we all know that our state of Meghalaya is going to join the rest of the country for the Lok Sabha elections 2019. The date for the Lok Sabha elections 2019 is on the 11th of April. We have two seats here in Meghalaya. One is the Shillong parliamentary seat and then we have the Tura parliamentary seat. We have a total voting electorate of 18,92,716, of which almost about 11 lakh plus are in the Shillong parliamentary seat and about 7 lakh plus are in the Tura parliamentary seat. So with regard to the preparations, all the teams in all the 11 districts, both the parliamentary seats, they're in full gear and all the preparations are, they're on track. We have 704 what you call vulnerable polling stations and about 280 plus we have what are called critical polling stations and 64 both normal as critical. We also have 20 companies that have come from the CAPF. 11 are in Shillong parliamentary constituency and 9 are with the Tura parliamentary constituency. The static surveillance teams, the flying squads, they are all in position and seizures have also been made. In fact, in terms of cash seizure, almost about 30 lakhs seizure has been made in terms of cash seizure. Apart from that, there's also been seizure of liquor seizure.
The state ECI has been stressing a lot on the awareness and working for inclusive voting and free and fair poll. So if you could give us an insight into it.
Some new features that we are launching here in Meghalaya are with special regard to the people with disabilities. We have about 4,500 plus people with disabilities and for them special arrangements are being made. For the visually impaired, for the blind, making arrangements for braille, dummy braille ballot paper which will be available in every polling station. In addition to the normal EVMs that are there, there will also be braille ballot papers for the benefit of all the visually impaired. There will also be some magnifiers for people with low vision. Also side by side, we have also arranged for poll volunteers to be there at each and every polling station. They are called Matdata Mitra or election friends. They'll be deployed from all the leading youth organizations like Bharat Scouts and Guides. Then we have the NSS and NYK. So we will be deploying them in all these polling stations, where especially the PWDs are there and also people who are aged, infirm, and also young mothers. So they will be able to facilitate these voters to go and cast their vote in a conducive manner and in a in a manner which is which will be of great ease for them.
The state ECI is also known for its creative touch, be it the Lok Sabha polls or the state assembly polls. What are the initiatives taken by the state ECI in this regard this time, sir?
Apart from that, we also have a number of apps which have been launched. One is the C-Vigil app, which is the Citizens Vigilance app. And this is a tool in the hands of the citizen basically to record or to upload any video in case of any model code violation is there. Already more than 20 such complaints have come, and mostly to do with hoardings and also to do with violation of poll code conduct. So these have been used quite extensively, and our returning officers have also been acting on them very promptly. Then we also are planning to launch a queue management app, which is for the urban voters, so that urban voters know exactly how many voters there are in the queue. And with this feature, we are hopeful that urban apathy will be less. Apart from that, we have undertaken a series of road shows in all the rural areas, traditional markets, to cause widespread awareness on EVM and VVPAT, and also on other areas like ethical voting, clean voting, and also we've used a mixture of music and creativity. A lot of wall graffiti is also on, and also on the social media we are very active. Videos which we have done in terms of animation is being screened in all the movie halls and is also widely available on social media. We are also going to have another program called Shillong Talks prior to the date of polling. In Tura, we've already had one program called Tura Talks, where it will be a platform for the young citizens, opinion makers, educationists to come forward on a common platform and to discuss issues that affect them, so that we can engage with the voter, and we can also spread the message that voting, that not voting is actually not a protest, but it's a surrender. So to kindly value your rights, because this is a very precious right. It's your duty, it's your responsibility, as well as it's your right as well. It's your right, it's your responsibility, and your duty. So we will be having another program called Shillong Talks here, where we will be targeting first-time voters and also other sections of the populace who will be privy to a lot of opinions that will be shared and discussed in the Shillong Talks. Apart from that, there are a variety of other new initiatives for the hearing impaired. Also, the Meghalaya Deaf Association has done extensive training for all our polling officials on sign language, so that polling officials are more sensitive to the needs of the hearing impaired. Apart from that, there is what is known as the Meghalaya Sign Bank app, which has been developed in coordination with the Office of Commissioner of Disabilities and also with the NIC. It has 114 election terms, short video clips that are there on that app, which any election official or voter can easily see, and he can understand all these 114 election terms. So these are a few of the initiatives that we have done. Apart from that, of course, the traditional, voter awareness programs of of the hoardings, and we have three-dimensional installations in the heart of the town, just to give visibility to voting, and also to remind people about April 11th. We hope that with these initiatives and with these appeals, that the people of both the Tura PC and also the Shillong PC will be encouraged to go and vote and to exercise their rights.
Lok Sabha elections apart, the state is also going for a by-poll to the Silsila assembly seat, which was necessitated after the untimely death of the sitting Congress MLA Clement Marak. So how are the preparations for that going on, sir?
I must not forget to also mention that simultaneously we are having one election in Silsila as well. So there's a simultaneous by-election in Silsila also. So there also awareness will be generated about simultaneous elections, because simultaneous elections are something new. It's not something which has happened all the time here in Meghalaya. So when we went to the Garo Hills to have a review meeting, we went for a field trip also to all the polling stations in Silsila. We have impressed upon the authorities and the public to kindly come forward and to not be confused about the fact that there is a simultaneous elections, one for the Silsila and one for the for the parliamentary. So for the Silsila they will be given pink voter slips. For the Tura they will be given white voter slips. So that will differentiate. So these are some of the measures that have been taken to ensure that the coming elections are meaningful and that they are free, fair, inclusive and also participative.
Thank you very much for joining us and providing us with the valuable information, sir. Viewers, that was the Chief Electoral Officer of Meghalaya giving us an insight into the preparedness to ensure a free and fair election for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections scheduled for April 11th. Moving on, we have a report on the aspirations and expectations of the first-time voters. Let's listen into the opinions of the young minds.
India is at an electoral juncture and the dates for the world's largest democratic event are set. A lot will be at stake in these elections as majority of the eligible voters are young who wants to see and form a corrupt-free government.
As it's my first time voting, I'm pretty excited. Let's see what happens.
I'm too excited. This is my first time MP voters.
This is my first time voting, so I'm excited.
My name is Denzel Thongni, and I'm very glad to see you that come here to interview about the votes. As a student of political science, I'm very glad and very excited for my rights, which is my vote. And this will be the first time for me that I'll be voting for this MP election, and a lot of nervous at the same time. This is not. I haven't had not even one experience to vote.
With unemployment, corrupt-free government and rise in crime being one of the major concerns among the youths, outbursts have often taken extreme forms and thrown up new challenges to the democracy. Hence, the today's youth want a dynamic leader who can address the issues pertaining to the younger masses that are the backbone of any country.
First of all, I'm looking for a great, loyal and who work hard. That's the leader.
I'm looking for that the best leader that who will be the member of parliament of our in the state in Meghalaya. So I need him to bring the more development. Especially we have seen, especially youth after graduate or postgraduate, they don't have their job, and especially this is Meghalaya state very jobless. That's all.
I was looking for perfect leaders. We have seen that in India, a lot of like a leader, most of them are not eligible to rule their country. So as a student, I would like to I was looking for like a leader who can bring the change in the society, in the state, and in the whole country as a whole. Like this is the time of which the youth are find many problems in terms of unemployment, and then a lot of things, a lot of problems, drugs addict. We are looking change for all these things, and beside that, from our state Meghalaya, we want to send a leader who can be the real leader, who can lead the state of Meghalaya and the people of Meghalaya, and motivate it in us and bring a development as in other state.
As we can see now in our state, like we lack so much in education. Suppose for example, in rural areas we lack some place they don't have like better school, better education. So I would like to see if we have like a better leader who look forward for the improvement of education in those areas. So I suggest we'll try our best to choose the best leader who can bring forward all those things, like improvement in all the education system and improvement in technical education also at the same time.
So I'm looking for a leader who can look after the public first and foremost, who can look what public needs and what is the demand of the public. If we can fulfill the demand of the public, especially the poor section, then I'll be voting to that.
I'm looking for someone who just doesn't say who does things, and I'm looking for someone who contributes more to the society in a scientific way. Innovation. Bringing new things to the country, and not someone who's more of just religious, someone who promotes employment. We have unemployment in the rise in India. The new government should create new companies, or bring companies from outside of the other countries and provide more jobs for the students.
ये होना चाहिए कि मतलब गवर्नमेंट कोई भी आए, मतलब अभी का हिसाब से हमारा काम है कि मतलब देखना कौन चुनना हमारा काम है गवर्नमेंट को। तो जो भी गवर्नमेंट हो, जो कहते हैं ना कि फार्मर के लिए करना, वो करना, उनको पैसा ना दो, उनको मतलब सिखाओ कि कैसा अच्छा हो सकता है, एजुकेशन में बेटर करना है, ये सब चीज़।
मी एज ए वोटर मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि मतलब कि पहले जो गवर्नमेंट जो मैं चूज़ करूँगा कि जो लीडर हम अपना चूज़ करेंगे वो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये कास्ट सिस्टम को हटाना चाहिए, क्योंकि आज के युग में मतलब कि ये जर्नल के लिए बहुत ही डिफ़िकल्ट है जॉब के लिए। ऐसे कि हम देखते हैं कि दूसरी कास्ट वालों को 50% में भी जॉब मिल रहा है, और ऐसे कि जनरल कास्ट वाले अगर 90% भी लाएंगे तो उनके इक्वल है। तो ये सब हटना चाहिए, तो मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा।
First of all, I would like to say, let's not drag religion in politics. That's the main issue.
There's a lot of questions raised about like employments and all. Since there are lots of people graduating most of the years and there's no job for most of the peoples, and they end up doing drugs and something or the other, like into criminal acts. So I would like to government to bring up some jobs, not governmental, so any sector like private or anything, so they will be employed.
I want a good leader, like who's gonna vote for the change. So we want a leader that who could see for the masses of the people, like they would solve all the problems regarding the issues that we are facing every day, like the illiteracy, like the health institutions. We want to expand our youth people, so that they could get jobs in the future. And plus we want good healthcare facilities around in Shillong. Like mostly in our state, like most of the people are suffering from the poor healthcare facilities. So we want good leader who could bring this kind of changes in our state.
The person whom I'm gonna vote, he should at least provide some benefits to the state, some infrastructural benefits, some benefits for the employment. There should be some employment opportunities also. So and also, yes, the corruption is also a thing that needs to be stopped. But yes, so these are the things should keep in mind, and I'll vote for that person.
The only thing predictable about Indian elections is that they are unpredictable, and it is only time and the power of youth of the country and the state which will say that who will emerge as winners and show us a new dawn for a new India.
My vote, my choice. Vote for change.
Well, viewers, that's all we have in this episode of JANADESH. We will bring to you more on the parliamentary polls in our later episodes. Till then, keep watching DD News Shillong for news, views and analysis on the Lok Sabha polls.